Yes, it is Gentilly Fest. Please don't rain. I'm looking forward to the fest. And in the studio with us right now, probably one of the top motivational speakers, inspirers, homeboy, businessman, and all that other stuff, but also the founder of Justice for My Jewel, Mr. Demond Crump. Welcome to the Good Morning.
Mr. Oliver Thomas, a pleasure to be here with you. Your presence, brother.
He got the Duchess in the studio with him, man. Troy Tricks. But first of all,
yes, sir.
Demond, thank you for what you do to inspire people, because when you're not running a business, when you're not running your foundation, the folk who know you, man, you're one of the leading motivators, man, helping people find their purpose, live their purpose, and live their dream. How do you take time to do all of it, right? Because you got a family, you got a business, and you got this mission to uplift others.
Well, man, you got to realize when you're driven by passion, and you're driven by something that you know you're helping definitely bring awareness globally. Just got back from Trinidad.
Right.
They brought me there, man. So Jamaica, the Caribbeans have been taking on the mission with us, and all through the U.S., because when you got something you truly, truly believe in and pursuing, it's never work, it's all fun, and we're having a great time doing it, man.
And I love this. First of all, the name of your foundation and your CEO of Justice for My Jewel, because we know what runs the world.
Yeah, you got that.
You know? And guys, if you don't know what Justice for My Jewel is, what Demond has done, and I was making some notes, knowing that you were coming. There are so many things that we use when you talk about hygiene, beauty. We're finding out now with women with their hair products, right? That has an impact, man. Perms and some of the harsh hair products that had an impact on the brain.
That's right.
Right. That years later, women were succumbing to illness because of. And here you and your research and your scientists were feminine napkins, man. You know. Talk about that effort to not only to protect the jewel, but to educate our women on the right things to use for the jewel.
Well, first of all, let's take a step back, and the fact that a lot of these tampons and I just saw a post the other day. A mother of 5 almost died from toxic shock syndrome with a tampon. And women are unaware of this and the chemical makeup of that and the sanitary napkins on the shelf. So I'm one of these guys, Brother Oliver, that when I'm at the round table, I don't want to always talk about the problem. I'm solution oriented.
Right.
So now with coming with our jewel product, we have changed the world for women. And obviously people laugh. People couldn't believe a man was behind this.
Absolutely.
But when you have women in your life that you love and you care about, my wife, my 3 daughters, and all type of women I deal with in terms of business, I care because the challenges of that a lot of them have to be avoided.
You want to protect the jewel.
Oh, absolutely.
You live.
Got to be protected.
Absolutely.
Got to be. But man, we took a 6.
First name Allen, last name Louis.
we took a $6 product, and we've been in business now 4.5 months, man. And we're looking to have our $1 million celebration on a $6 product here in New Orleans on next weekend, man. And we ready to rock it.
Yeah, I know we're talking about solutions, but I think people need to understand the facts about these feminine products that have been harmful to women. And one of the studies that you highlight in your research is that about 107 different germs per cubic centimeter are developed on the surface areas of many of these pads that women place on their jewel.
That's correct. Well, what takes place is when a woman is, because let's back up, as it's coming out of women, that's bacteria. It's waste. It's everything that's toxic in the body.
That's still being applied.
That's correct. It's a time for cleansing. So now literally that's sitting on these pads that have no absorbency, nothing to protect that woman. So that's why you have women that have all these yeast infections, urinary tract infections. There's a chemical out there, and I want your audience to research it. It's called dioxin. Dioxin is 100 times more poisonous. It's spelled DIOXIN, dioxin. And if you do the research on it, you're going to find that dioxin has been linked to breast cancer, which they're also finding out is being linked to a lot of the sanitary napkins and tampons that women are out there using. So women are literally potentially dying on a constant basis, and it could be avoided if they just know simply break away from what it is you're accustomed to using, and the solution we've brought is changing the game, man.
Justice for the Jew, and talk about a little more about this man leading this effort. I tell folk all the time, I'm the author as a male when I was an elected official. I'm the author of the city's domestic violence law. So there are many men that appreciate, honor, and respect our women and are part of their efforts for the place and the space that they deserve in this nation and in this world.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, we have to understand something we know, man, in terms of women in our lives. Happy wife, happy life, we say,
Where would
my
we be
daughter.
without?
Come on, man.
That's right.
That's absolutely correct. And for me, that means something. And I'm just not a talker, man. I want to make sure that we're implementing realistic ones.
Right.
Not just theoretical. We want to make sure that we're making serious applications to change these females.
We're talking to Mr. DeMond Crump. He's our homeboy, man. First of all, one of the leading motivators in this country today, a young man from New Orleans. He's the founder and CEO of Justice for My Jew Foundation. For our listening audience, who is DeMond Crump and this product and its basics so folk can understand it? What is it?
Well, DeMond Crump, first of all, born and raised Seven Ward, played right there, Stalin Park, Hardin Park, John F. Kennedy Cougar, went to the military. My mother said you got to make a choice. Military or school. I didn't want to do no more homework.
Just don't stay in the streets of New Orleans.
That's correct. She said, you got to go. It was one of these knuckleheads running around here. Man, was able to go. Started my entrepreneur career in 1994 when I got out of the military. Never looked back. Hurricane Katrina blew me to Atlanta and went there, man. And it's a business mecca. And it's the second most entrepreneurial city in the United States.
Right.
And we were able to really network, meet some phenomenal individuals. Now our network expands globally in terms of me. In terms of the jewel product at its essence, we have Nobel Prize winning technology, graphene.
Right.
That is a Nobel Prize winning technology. The two men who discovered it, they won the Nobel Prize in 2010. So we've infused that material into our actual products. I just spoke on Capitol Hill, the Kennedy Caucus Room in D.C. With Senator Wicker and Senator Trent Lott in reference to graphene being in our product and what we're doing, because it was a graphene summit that I attended, and I'll be at the one in Jackson, Mississippi in November, where all the billion-dollar investors, governors,
And you just got back from the Caribbean.
Yes. But that's like knowing about the internet before it became the internet in terms of graphene.
Right.
Because nobody I've ever brought it to knew what it was. And now we have introduced it to the world, Brother Oliver, in the form of a sanitary napkin, which has revolutionized women's lives. Man, if you see the testimonies, if you go to our website and you read the stories of what women are saying this product has done for them, literally giving them lives back. Some of them marriages, they weren't sexually active anymore, and they were bleeding 20 days a month to now they have a normal life again, their self-esteem. So it's going deeper than just protecting them in terms of the product. It's giving people their lives and their confidence back.
How concerning is it, though, in many cases, many of these products, whether they were beauty products, hair and chemicals to sanitary napkins, those things that our women thought were helping us, that were actually harming us, man. It's got to, first of all, it's got to make you feel good that you found the solution there. But it's got to concern you that so many more people are not enlightened, right? Or don't understand what you're talking about and how they're harming or affecting their lives now.
Can I make you laugh about something, speaking about that?
Please.
Do you know we have more male ambassadors than we do females? A lot of times you get more resistance from a female because, number one, they feel like, what can a man tell me about this? But then secondly, it's like females are, if they pass that phase in their life, they don't care about who's behind them. And I'm a man like you got a granddaughter,
right?
You got a niece, you got a wife. So for me as a man, when I saw it, immediately I thought about my wife and my kids. I didn't even see a business opportunity at first. I'm like, hold on, man, you got something that's destroying them.
You got a daughter.
I got three daughters.
Three daughters.
So my protective instincts and my providing instincts as a father kicked in to where, no, they gotta know what this is about. And even in New Orleans or next week, you're gonna see so many men from around the country that's leading ambassadors in terms of this foundation and campaign that we have.
Man, so let's talk about this event that's coming up in New Orleans.
Yes, sir. Well, Thursday night, next Thursday, we're going to have a Welcome to New Orleans event. It's going to be at the Monkey Board. We're going to be on their rooftop. p.m.
Right.
Friday, we have like a forum at the Sheraton where we're going to, everyone that's coming in, we're going to be collaborating on Friday morning from 9 to 1 p.m. Then Saturday morning, we got a 5K run walk on the lakefront. Saturday evening from 1 p.m. to 4, we got a cookout. I got a caterer coming, charboiled oysters, all types of food on the lakefront. And then Saturday night, we got a concert at Treme Hideaway. Man, that's my good friend Derek Tab over there, Patrice.
Yeah.
And 7 to 10 p.m., we got a live concert. I got the Indians coming out, brass band, the second liners, everything. Because I want the people to see the culture.
Absolutely.
From around the country, man, because they coming from Trinidad, Florida, California, New York, Chicago, Vegas. They coming from all over.
Talk about the reaction. Of course, men, you know, we live for the Jew.
Yes.
We want to protect the Jew. We want justice for the Jew. We want the Jew to be sanitary. We want it to be sustainable. But talk about the reaction that you've gotten from women, because some of the women that I know, man, they swear by this. They're saddened by thinking how long they've been using these other products and harm themselves. Talk about some of their testimony and their reaction.
Well, man, the testimonies have been phenomenal. Actually, one of the most powerful testimonies I've ever heard, it didn't come from a woman, it came from a man. And when I saw the brother getting up to share, we were at a seminar, and I'm saying to myself, man, I know this dude ain't used these pads. I got nervous. I'm like, where this going, man?
What you about to say?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. For real. You know me, we do all this, man. We like, hold on now, bro. We going too far.
Right.
And the dude,
he
was a pastor, man. And he got up, tears started streaming down the man's eyes. And he said, man, my granddaughter, he says every time she had her cycle, I had to hold her. She was in a fetal position. She couldn't operate for the first 1 or 3 days of her cycle. And he said, man, literally, when she started using this product, it changed everything. My baby's normal. She don't have a lot of the cramping she deals with, the smell, all of these different things that's going on, man. And it blew me away. And that's what a lot of men are seeing. Man, look at my daughter, because you know how women are on their cycle sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Agitated, aggravated.
Sometimes.
Oh.
Wait a minute. Calm down.
Yeah. So we dealing with that. But now I don't even know when no one in my house is on their cycle.
Well, they got men all over the world right now. Hallelujah. You and Demond Crump. We're high-fiving right here in the studio. But the other thing, Demond, is that the link to many of our chronic illnesses and those drastic illnesses that affect our community, you talk about the impact and the link that they found from these products to breast cancer, urinary tract disease.
Yep.
Some of the persisting, we're keeping it real. We're keeping it real,
Absolutely.
one-on-one. Some of the persisting odors that have affected our women, the lack of sexual drive, them not feeling good about themselves, but also look at our hearts going off on social media, man. People, but also its effect on men and prostate cancer, and with these unsafe products. The infections and the diseases that they're harboring
transfer
in the Jew.
That's correct.
In the Jew.
That's good. That's an excellent point you brought out, man. In all the interviews I've done, nobody pointed that out. But that is so true.
That's what we do here on the Good Morning.
No, I hear you got it, man. You nailed it, because you're right, man. Men are being affected. They don't even realize it, because remember, the toxicity that exists in her is passed off to you. And you got men that can be dealing with or are dealing with issues and challenges, once again, for them, that could be avoided because the jewel is unprotected. I had a chance to be interviewed by Dr. Jamal Bryant. And when Jamal Bryant interviewed me, man, we had a conversation, and here's how far it went. Well, most people don't understand. First of all, this is a spiritual thing we're dealing with. And the reason,
but everything Demond Crump does is spiritual.
But here's where it's really, really, really validated. Right. Because what's taking place is a lot of the companies out there, when you look at the prefix pharma, PHARMA, pharmaceuticals, pharmacy.
Pharma.
In the Greek, it means witchcraft or sorcery. Here's where I'm going. A lot of big companies that own the sanitary napkins and tampons, guess what else they own or invested in? The medication. So now I need you to cramp. I need you to have issues, because I need you on the other end.
Y'all hear that? Real talk. You hear that?
You see what I'm saying, Brother Oliver? So now it's a cycle, man, in terms of what these individuals are dealing with. And it's heartbreaking to see that.
We're talking to Demond Crump. He's the CEO and founder of Justice for My Jewel. Justice for My Jewel, raising awareness to sensitive feminine health issues. They're going to be in this city next week.
Yes, sir. 17th through the 19th,
17th
brother.
through the 19th, started Thursday. Demond, I want to walk down another road
Come on.
with you on this issue because everyone knows you're a successful entrepreneur, successful businessman, requested different forums and places to speak and motivate folk. This is a successful initiative, but you made a conscious decision to bring this to women and men of color first. You said you wanted to educate. You could have sold out and went to the big folk and the other community. You said, no, I want to make sure that my community, people of color, black folk, understand the need for this and why we have to do this first. Why?
Well, first of all, in the United States alone, we're averaging 600,000 hysterectomies per year. Pretty much all of them are African-American women.
Wow.
All of them. So now the solution is take their wombs out. So when you're meeting young girls that's in their 20s can't have kids because their solution was to take out their wombs.
Demond Crump.
Man, heartbreaker. So for me, you have to realize we are the only African-American 100% owned company in the world that's in this space.
And it was your duty
In the world.
to educate your people.
Absolutely. A mission, a crusade, because man, it's devastating families. It's not just devastating the woman, it's devastating families because remember, if your wife is lost, you've devastated the family. If your daughter is lost, right? If you can't interact with your wife like you want to, her confidence is not there for the issues, man, it's affecting the families.
Demond
Man.
Crump, let's go to the lines right now, man. 504-260-9265. Guys, if you have, let me say this. This is on a worldwide stage right now. This movement is real, and it's about our sanity and our safety. Line one, Pastor Marie Galatas Ortiz, one of our historians. You're on with Demond Crump.
Good morning, gentlemen. How interesting. I had been doing some research on that. I said, listen at this. This young man has got this thing going. And I just wanted to say, like, the Greeks used to use wood way back in the day, you know? And in World War I, they used cotton. And the Romans used to use wool. And now Johnson & Johnson came up with all of this stuff. That's who did all this to us and was putting all these doggone chemicals and everything
Well, we
in
got
them.
Crump and Crump
And I
now.
want to say, young man, thank you so
Absolutely.
very, very much
Thank you,
for
Pastor.
enlightening us more on this topic. And I've been saying for years, because I'm 79 now, I've been saying something is wrong with all of these girls getting this yeast infection.
She's right.
Something is wrong with that. And now you're bringing it out. And may God richly bless you. And guess what? You're going on my prayer list every Monday because that's all I do is lock down and pray. You're going to be a great success.
Oh, thank you, my sister. And I hope we can see you this next weekend.
Pastor Marie, God bless you. Well, first of all, Pastor Marie Galatas has been talking about a lot of the conspiracies and stuff in science that affect our people for years. So thank you, Pastor Marie. Was there a point during your research, especially when this product, that you became enraged or upset at knowing that what was being done to our people, what was kept from our people?
Absolutely. Man, I was enraged wasn't the word because I'm saying to myself, man, you got to realize people have lost families,
They lost
man.
their
People,
lives.
women have lost their wombs, the right to bear children.
Right.
How can that not enrage you? How can that not get you to a point where you're realizing, man, do you realize what you have done to families and women over, I'm talking about generations. To be able to do that to us, man, and they know this. They're conscious of this. They are very, very aware of what's taking place. And, man, I decided that, no, man, we was going to be a voice screaming it from the rooftop. Brother Oliver, I've done everything under the sun in terms of business. I used to wash cars.
Right.
I sold Rolex watches. I flipped houses in New Orleans. I promoted concerts in the New Orleans arena.
Right.
You name it, I did it. This was the first time in my life I've ever done business, man, and money takes a backseat.
This is a spiritual movement for Demond Crump.
Ever
It's about our
in my
lives.
business career, man.
It's about your wife and daughter.
It's about our wives and daughters. Absolutely, man.
Demond Crump, man, we could have gone on and on. So let's talk about how can people sign up for this event? How can they access this product? Look at the lines lit up now. People were listening. Lee, we got time to take a caller. Let's take a caller now, man, because I knew they were listening to this conversation first. Demond, so much of what you do is about motivating folk. For the women and men who are listening,
Yes, sir.
right? When you talk about the science, man, and the study about our health and our wellness, how important is it for us to learn as much as we can, especially given which we're finding about not only just the conspiracy, but the practices to keep us unhealthy?
Well, one of the things we can start right here. I want everyone listening to go to jfmj.org, which stands for justiceformyjew.org. That's our educational website,
Right.
where you can go there, you can be educated, man, jfmj.org. And man, we would love to see people next weekend, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. We're bringing people from all over the country into the city to celebrate this foundation and awareness, man.
Well, we're going to take this last caller,
Okay.
one of our contributors here. Line 2, Miss Jones, you're on with Demond Crump.
Yes, and I second the line on God bless this young man. The solution is to really make people get informed, whether they want to or not. Show them the ugly parts of it.
Great point.
And this goes way back. This is about purging population. When they talk about population explosion back in the 60s and 50s, and what are we going to do? This is one of the things they're doing to purge the population, namely us. Dig into the history. You'll find famous with all the deadly diseases, AIDS and everything. You want to make believe it's been here. Civilization has long been wiped out because that's what's going on in biblical time. Thank you, Pastor Marie Galatas.
Thank you, Demond Crump. Let me say it was easy for men to be your biggest rallying group because, you know, we live to protect the Jew. But also it ought to be easy for women because we can't exist without the Jew.
Absolutely, brother.
Demond Crump, how can folk get in touch with you, and what do we have to do to sign up for next weekend?
Hey, man, we just want people to come on out. They can go to 6star, the number 6, the word star, .events, 6star.events. They actually can't get tickets anymore. It's sold out, but here's what they can do. They can still come out to the 5K run walk. They can come to the race. They can come on out, man. Come on to the concert. We'll still be accepting people for that, but all the other seminars and events are sold out.
This is not just a business product. This is not just an entrepreneur.
That's correct.
This is a movement.
That's right.
Brother Demond Crump. You promise to come back and share with us as we
I will, man. And anyone looking to get in touch, 504-813-0271.
Wow, what an opportunity. When we come back, talk about movement, man. We're going to talk to Mr. Hotep, a success strategist, congressional award winner, business abolitionist, Hustle University. If you ain't got your hustle and you ain't been to the university, guess what? You may want to check your degree. We're going to be back after the break. This is Oliver O.T. Thomas, right here on your community station, WBOK, 1230 AM on your radio dial. Every election is important, but each day and each year, each election seems to be more important than the one before. Let's not miss on an opportunity to